Hey everyone, how are you? Colleen Gallagher in the house. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Well, I'm not really kidding because I feel like that is what I really mean. It's like, I'm in the house. I'm in the house. I don't know. Anyway, I'm super excited, you guys. There's a couple things. I just want to share this. Well, first I should say when you join, say hello. Let me know you're tuning in because if you don't say hello, like I can't say hi. And even if you're watching the replay, like always say hi. Otherwise, I literally like can't connect with you. And I believe this is such a platform for connectivity. I love it. I love social media. I love getting on here and like talking to you all, meeting you all. Like, I just love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So anyway, first of all, I just had the most incredible interview. It was on my third book. If you have not yet got it, chapter 9 it is, but it's the 8th principle, which is creating a heart-centered business. Yahoo Finance shouted us out. So if you have not gotten the book and you want to know like what's happening with business in the new world, you're going to want to get this book because I'm pretty sure many authors have not had Yahoo Finance shout out their book, especially for new age spirituality. So not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm tooting my own horn. And I just had this phenomenal interview basically. And in the interview when we were on it, she was asking a lot. It was to a mostly male audience, and she was asking a lot about business. And I think a lot of you who are men or masculine way of doing business of like process and systems, and here's how we do the things, like you're kind of learning that those things aren't working anymore. Like you can't just do the system or the process and think that you're going to get the same result anymore because we are literally changing the operating system, the way that we're functioning in this reality. Like we're changing it, we're transitioning it. And so, let me think what I wanted to share here. So anyway, I wanted to say that. Second thing that I wanted to talk about before, this is kind of going in a crazy way, but okay. If you have not listened to episode, I think it's 55 on my podcast and episode 24 on the Colleen Gallagher podcast. If you have not done that, I highly recommend that you do it because holy shoes, I just did my inner circle, my luxury healer inner circle. First call yesterday, the sound healing, the activation. Like, you guys, this shit is like the next level. Like, every time I do a sound healing, I'm like, is it going to be better? Like, am I going to know what to say? I have these limiting beliefs. Like, is it going to come through? And then every time I do it, I'm like, holy moly of all things holy. Like, this is incredible. And like, we went for like at least 30, 45 minutes. Some of it was the introduction. So maybe like 40 minutes that we went of just on the sound healing, just on the activation. I mean, people like were blown out of this reality. Like, it was like, you made the thing so practical, Colleen. You made the steps so real. Like the visions, like I know exactly what to do now. And some people like pass out and they wake up like 2 hours later and they're messaging me, which I love. But it's like all this beautiful experience. It's all this beautiful thing. So anyway, if you have not gotten in the luxury healer inner circle, you're going to want, I'm like promoting multiple things right now. Anyway, you're going to want to get in this because this luxury healer inner circle is like nothing I've really ever done before. I've never, ever, ever, and I said this yesterday, I've never had a way to, I'm like commenting this on both things. This is so funny. I've never had this low of an investment point where you can get one-on-one access to me and with a membership, like, and that you're in my journal, you're in like my daily thoughts. Like I've never ever offered this low investment to get this much access to what I'm doing or what's coming through me. And the people in this are just incredible. So you're going to want to be in it because they're like blowing me out of this world. So anyway, I left a link in the comments for that. But like blown away. Like I feel like you guys, and I wrote a post about it yesterday. Like when I did that, I literally got off and I called 2 friends of mine and I was like, holy shit, like this is my purpose. This is like what I meant to be doing. Like I thought I knew I was meant to be doing, and then a whole new layer just dropped in after that. And it's like, that's how your life is supposed to be. Like every second, it's like a whole new level of your life dropping in, a whole new layer of like, this life is meant to be this good. Like this life is meant to be this incredible, like moment by moment by moment. Like every second gets better. Every second's a new level of a fairy tale. Every second's a new layer of healing. Every second's a new layer of it being sexier and hotter and richer and exciting and like, open me into the expanded universe even more. Like that is what this life is supposed to be like. And I feel like for so many of us, I should have brought my water. I get so distracted. Oh, look at it. I got a unicorn card. You're magical. Okay, back to what I was saying. I really do get distracted too easily. But that's okay. You can be whoever you are. I love like this talking of my personality is amazing. Okay. So anyway, if you're not in the luxury healer inner circle, you're going to want to get into it. If you know you're meant to be a healer, and literally healer is just someone who's here to help the world be better and make money doing it. That's what a luxury healer is, point blank period. The future of the world is going to be healing. It's going to be sound. It's going to be all the things. So you're going to want to be in it if you know, you feel the calling, like you have this thing inside of you. It's like, I know I'm meant to be a healer. I know I'm meant to go on this path. I know I'm meant to start this world. This is the place for you. If not, no worries. But I think you here listening is a point of like, you know that something greater is available for you, or you wouldn't be here listening to this. You would not have me in this pixel of your mind that was created right here from a video screen to be talking to you. Like, that's pretty wild to think that all these things just magically lined up for that to happen if you weren't supposed to take the damn action to change the habits in your life. So anyway, there's that. The second thing that I want to talk about, which is what I labeled this live, as I'm hearing quite frequently lately, and I think a lot of people do in like the online personal development world, or I guess even if you're in sales, or even if you're like selling other things, people are like, well, why would I buy your product? Like, why do I have the time? Why would I do this? Like if you're doing like business to business sales, or even if you're doing like working out, like why would I work out? Why would I create the time? So I hear this like quite frequently, like, but I just don't have the time. Okay, but so you have the time to live a life that you fucking hate? You have a time to wake up every day and live a life that you're literally inherently suffering from. You have the time to literally sit there and do things that don't make any fucking logical sense to you. But you don't have the time to make time to do what you need to do to live the life you're meant to live, which is a fairy tale, which is being in abundance, which is being in an amazing universe, which is creating a life beyond your wildest dreams. But you don't have the time to create your dreams because you're too stuck in the time of suffering. Like, how does that even make sense? Like, when I hear people say this, they're like, I want to do your programs or your experiences, Colleen, but I don't have the time. Okay, so you have the time to keep letting your body get sick. You have the time to keep suffering from mental anxiety or depression or whatever that is. You have the time to keep going to work, to the job that you hate, but you don't have the time to do what it is you know you need to do to make a life that you want to create. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I literally hear this and I'm like, what? And they're like, well, and then like the excuses come. Like, my life is good though. My life is okay. But is it good? Is it that good? Or do you know that you're meant to live a fairy tale? Do you know that you're meant to be like wildly in love with every second of your life? Like wildly every day of your life is meant to be this like expansive fairy tale. Like every day it's literally meant to be like, wow, the person that I'm with, it gets better and better. Wow, my relationships get better and better. Wow, my businesses get better and better. Wow, my money gets better and better. Like, sure, my life could be good. It's good when I was making six figures at a $23 billion company. It was good when I was working at a $400 million company. I don't have to pay for any of my flights out of pocket. Sure, it was good, but was I happy? No. Sure, for a moment in time. But what if that moment of when I was getting on the plane, or the moment when I was writing, or the moment when I was reading, or the moment when I was writing or creating, or the moment that I got to be free and be at the farmer's market or go on my walks, what if that was actually my life? Not just a moment, but it was like sustainably moments throughout my life. And what if you let that be the reality all the time, 24/7? Like your base minimum wasn't like, oh, the weekend's coming. It was like every day was a motherfucking weekend. Like, what would that be like then? Like if you let yourself live into that fairy tale of a life, if you let yourself believe that the visions you're having, the things inside of your head are real. Like it's not just a Disney movie, like it is your reality. Like I always knew, you guys, I said this the other day, like I always knew I was a princess traveling the world, doing the amazing things, creating, like I had visions when I was 1 year, 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. I always knew I was the princess traveling the world, doing the things. I always knew. Even when I had cancer, I remember I would go and take puke buckets and I'd make pink and blue ones and I put like little sparkles and things on them for like people doing chemo to throw up in. I always knew. Why would I be making puke buckets beautiful? Because that's what princesses do. We make everything glamorous and beautiful. I always knew. And there's something inside of you that always knew that you were meant to live a fairy tale, whatever that looks like in your life. But there was something inside of you that knew without a shadow of a doubt, you were here to live a fairy tale. You were here to live and create a life beyond anything you could imagine. You've always known, or you wouldn't be here listening. And so that's why I'm doing my 6-week online experience, which is the Create Your Fairy Tale Life. The link is in the comments. We have 2 links. One is the luxury healer, one's the fairy tale. If you want to create your fairy tale life, that starts on July 19th. So in a few days, you click that link and there's an application process at the bottom. All you have to do is look at those questions, message me your application, and we'll talk about getting you enrolled. This is my first program I've ever done online. It is guaranteed results. You know, basically within week 1, like what your purpose is. Like I give you clarity of why the fuck you're actually here. Like why are you existing? Like I give you language to put to your life experience to know like, this is why I'm here. This is who I am. This is my fairy tale. This is the creator made manifest right now in this moment for me to build and create from and do it sustainably. Not just a moment for the weekend, not just a moment on a dinner date, but every fucking moment in time. Every moment. So you're going to want to click that link and you're going to want to look at the application process and you're going to want to message me the details of your application, because who wants to live a good life? Good? I want to live fucking phenomenal out of my wildest dreams beyond my imagination every goddamn day. I don't want to be the new age spiritual, like, let me just be in my zen. Like, no, I want like out of this world. Like, how the hell did she just pull a rabbit out of whatever, or a unicorn out of her spaceship that's coming with space pods? I didn't even know you could own a spaceship. And then you're going to see me with a spaceship coming one day with a little pink carpet that has sparkles everywhere and me coming out of it. And you're like, how the hell did she do that? Because I created my motherfucking fairy tale and stopped letting it be good and pretended I didn't have the time or space to create what I knew was always meant to be created inside of me. So you're going to want to click that link, create your fairy tale. You're going to want to look at the application and you're going to want to message me your application, because it's really your loss if you're not doing it. I mean, my life is going to continue to be good with or without you in it. You're the one who's going to want to be in the frequency of what I'm doing, because you're the one who's going to receive amazing things from it. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I had to share right now. So to recap, we went on a long journey there. I was really passionate about this. Okay, so for one thing, so you're going to want to buy the book. If you have not bought it, Uncompromised Life, we just had an amazing interview. Chapter 9, the 8th principle, Yahoo Finance shouted us out, and creating a heart-centered business. That's 1. 2, if you know you're meant to be a healer, like a luxury healer, and you're already in the healing space, but you're a little bit like needing some some activation, some practical steps, get in a luxury healer. If you want my sound meditation or sound healings and meditations and activations, listen to episode 55 on my podcast, 24 to get a sneak peek, then get in the motherfucking luxury healer. These things are the next level. 3rd one, if you know you're just wanting to create your fairy tale, you're like, I'm just kind of starting on this path, Colleen. Like, I'm just kind of leaving the corporate space. I'm just like overcoming heartbreak or wanting to leave my relationship or wanting to like claim that I'm some bigger thing than whatever this is. That's going to be the Create Your Fairy Tale Life. So those are the things. I love you. Comment, share, message me. I love talking to you. You're incredible. You're amazing. And I'm just so grateful to co-create you here in my reality.